Hello everyone, so the latest Summer of Pain boss has come, finally. I am so excited. It is the Darkhawk boss. So some things to know about this boss are he has all unblockable specials, is only able to use his special one, but there is a way to work around the unblockable specials, and that is every 5 hits on your combo meter, you're going to gain a buff. I forget what it's called. I think it's a steadfast buff, but it makes it so that you can block one unblockable hit from a special attack. So the idea is to just avoid having to have Darkhawk use his specials, and that's very important for most of these fights. The only exception, I would say, is the first fight, the Magneto fight. For some reason, though, Magneto, I think, inconsistently gains the steadfast buffs. I think because he reduces #metal ability accuracy, that somehow affects the way he gains the steadfast buffs, which is one case scenario, like probably one of the only case scenarios where his ability accuracy reduction of #metal champions actually works not in his favor. At least that's what I've heard from some people. Looking back now, it seems like the steadfasts were going on just as expected, every 5 hits. As you can see, there I get hit twice. None of these are going to be clean solos. All of them I just barely get. But yeah, Darkhawk definitely has a high attack rating, and there's going to be a lot of chip damage. But don't worry, as long as you bring one of these counters, or maybe another counter that I'm not aware of, this fight isn't too bad. I honestly think it's one of the easiest of the Summer of Pain bosses thus far, as it has been the only one that I've been able to solo with my current roster. So obviously it's very subjective. For me personally, I just happen to have a ton of really great Darkhawk counters. 2 champions that I have not done solos of yet, but I think could very well do solos, are Dragon Man and Human Torch. But I'm just not nearly skilled enough to be able to do either solo yet. But who knows? We'll see as the week goes along. Anyway, Magneto, we knew that he was going to kill Darkhawk very quickly. Yeah, I just threw on some boosters to make it a little bit easier. And yeah, it was just one special 3. Boom, he's dead. I know that some people, I think it was, I want to say it was Bureau Man who was able to solo this fight with a 3-star Magneto. So that is very impressive. Kudos to him, because I also borrowed his technique for the last of these solos, which I use Sentinel for. He has some really helpful guides. I would definitely go recommend subscribing to him. He has some nice content. Anyway, so for Doom, I know that Doom is generally a good counter to Darkhawk because of his power control and his unblockable specials. In this fight, though, definitely I did not use Doom the way that he is intended to be used. It just so happens, though, that his tankiness, along with the boosts and his relatively high damage output, were able to pull through the solo. As you can see, every special 2 was maybe doing about, I want to say, 6 to 10% of Darkhawk's maximum health, which is quite impressive. Obviously, mine is a rank 3, though, and I am using about the equivalent of a 35% attack boost with 20% bonus health. But, you know, it's not too much of an addition. It is, though, about the equivalent, I think, of like a rank 4 6-star, which is not available yet. Something to be excited about, though. Anyway, this is one of the longer of the... Sorry, excuse me. This is one of the longer of all of these solos, but is the one that I felt probably the most secure doing, just because my 5-star Magneto, even though, you know, I knew in a number of attempts I would be able to solo the Darkhawk fight, I had tried to solo it 2 previous times, and just died to blocked hits. So yeah, I would definitely love a 6-star Magneto for the adrenaline healing. If I got him at rank 3, I'm sure he'd even be more tanky. But still, the 5-star did a wonderful job. Obviously, he was the fastest KO probably in this entire video, but still. Yeah, Doom I felt the safest just because he's got probably the highest block proficiency out of anyone that I used in this compilation of solos, other than perhaps the next fight, which I'm not going to spoil just yet. But yeah, with all the crit resistance, the high block proficiency, again, this Doom fight, this fight with Doom against Darkhawk was just, it felt really under my control. I made sure to only use 4-hit combos and then re-parry whenever possible, just so that I could avoid getting auto-blocked, and then just fire off special 2s here or there, and then chip him down little by little. And so yeah, in the end, I definitely think that Doom is a really good counter. If you don't have a 6-star rank 3 and you're not using boosts, I would imagine it would take about 1 or 2 revives maybe, but even then, you know, that's not the worst thing that could happen. I think that Doom is a champion that a lot of people have ranked up just because he's so popular, and so being able to use Doom for this fight, I think, is just going to be a lot of people's go-tos. So it's good to know that he can solo this fight. Anyway, going on to the next solo, we have the one and only Slayer of God's favorite champion, Cosmic Ghost Rider. So, my Cosmic Ghost Rider is rank 3. By this point, I believe my boosts had expired, so, you know, just a slight damage reduction. Still, though, I think he got the second quickest of the solos. No doy, he has the class advantage. He has armor breaks, he has all the damage that he could ever need for this fight. The only thing that made me question whether I, with my skill set, could do this fight in a solo is the fact that I would have to work around Darkhawk's unblockable specials a lot, and it's not like I would be able to just instantly retaliate after using special 2s with Cosmic Ghost Rider, because there would be the risk of getting auto-blocked. So, one other technique that probably could be utilized with Cosmic Ghost Rider is cycling judgments and just spamming special 1s. I imagine if you get some Furies on you, or even just one Fury, the special 1s could probably melt down like 5 to 10% health per special 1, because the Incinerates do quite a lot of damage. And if you are just getting the unblockable judgment, it makes the special 1 unblockable, which is really helpful. But yeah, it took me a couple attempts, but in the end, this was probably my cleanest solo, though by far it is not the best solo that I could have probably done. I was just really wanting to show off some of these in a quick video, and so yeah, it just so happened that I published all of the pretty much first successful solo attempts of these bosses. I definitely think that someone with the right level of skill could probably do this fight and have 50% or more health by the end. Again, it's just I didn't know exactly which rotation to do. With Cosmic Ghost Rider, you definitely want to get the judgments cycled quickly for the maximum damage ramp up. In this case, I couldn't immediately retaliate, obviously, to the full extent that I might want to, just because of Darkhawk's auto block. But otherwise, overall, he's a very reliable counter. I think that someone who knows how to play Cosmic Ghost Rider well enough could probably do this fight more easily or more quickly, or just overall better than someone could with Dr. Doom. Either way, though, I still think that both are really awesome counters to this fight. And there he goes. Drops dead. And yeah, there's one more solo after this. And again, I want to thank Bureau Man for the awesome video. He showed off this really cool technique that he also used for his 3-star Magneto solo of Darkhawk. And it's where basically you want to build up your analysis charges with Sentinel. I think Karate Mike also might have done a similar video to this, but I just saw Bureau Man's first. Basically, just build up the analysis charges with Sentinel, And then once you've done that, you want to just hold block in your corner of the terrain. And basically, whenever Darkhawk dashes in, you dash back. He's going to go in for a second hit, and then you parry that hit, and then you go for the heavy attack. I really enjoyed this fight. Sentinel is one of my favorite champions. It's definitely, he's got a really high damage output, and he's totally underrated. I believe one of my best Realm of Legends Winter Soldier fights literally took less than 50 hits with Sentinel. Overall, I think the fight was like probably 5 minutes long, but still, his damage per hit on average is some of the greatest in the game, to be honest. His shock damage is very reliable because there aren't many champions that are immune to shock. He's able to activate his abilities at 100 analysis charges through the opponent's block, which is really helpful for this fight. It allowed me to be able to bypass Darkhawk's auto block whenever I use the special 2. His passive Unstoppable that he gets whenever the opponent is not shocked and Sentinel goes for a heavy attack is also very clutch. I think it might have saved my solo attempt at one point around maybe here. Could be wrong. Somewhere I got saved, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, overall, I think this Thronebreaker challenge, which I think I forgot to mention, it is a Thronebreaker challenge that you have to complete if you want to get another tier in the Summer of Pain rewards objectives. You have to defeat this week's boss with a robot, a #robot champion. So I've seen some other great counters. I think Guillotine 2099 works really well. I've heard Warlock, I think, could do it. I want to say that he wouldn't be as reliable for this fight as Sentinel, just because I do think Sentinel's damage output can be much, much better than Warlock's in a bleed immune fight, such as this. Again, with Sentinel, it's basically just a manner of, countering his attacks with parries, avoiding getting hit by specials. What's really good about this technique that I saw from Bureau Man, and I think also Karate Mike might have done this. I believe, in fact, he might have posted the video about this solo first. So shout out to Karate Mike. The thing about this that's really helpful, this technique, is that when you're up against the corner, almost quaking the fight, you pretty much reduce their AI's tendency to want to use their special attack completely. So it's very helpful. Sometimes when you use a special attack into their block with Sentinel, you never know if Darkhawk is just going to instantly retaliate. But even in those instances, you can usually make do with just parrying and then dashing back into the corner again. So yeah, this fight is pretty long, a little bit tedious, but once you get into the rhythm, it's really simple when you think about it. I imagine that someone could probably do it on their first attempt if they had a rank 5 Sentinel. And they could probably even just get the Thronebreaker challenge done on their initial clear to begin with. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys staying for the full length of the video if you did, and I'll see you later. Bye.